Turkish
hopefully
we'll get that for
we'll try and get
every
that one
single one of them. And see this one that we just heard again. All of them have been fantastic. If it was FIFA indeed who selected that song, the one by Pitbull and Jennifer Lopez,
FIFA
they should stick to football.
FIFA, they've got a lot of partners, they've got a lot of sponsors, and these sponsors
are
also going about producing their own songs and infusing plenty of rhythm.
The person who chose that knows nothing about music. That's all I can say.
The bodies and what the FIFA
really a bad song.
And that's the question.
It's not a bad song.
If you compare this song with all the other unofficial ones in quotes that you've heard, would you honestly choose
Which one stays with you?
Which one stays with you?
Anyway,
I'm still going to give you the White Clef John one.
That's just music.
Gentlemen, let's stay with the FIFA song. And let's stay with Jennifer Lopez.
We are stuck with it.
We are stuck with it. Let's assume that we are stuck with it. There's nothing we can
And
do
Jennifer
about it.
Lopez, we finally heard that they have overcome the production issues in quotes.
Yeah.
And she was finally sorted out. And from what we heard, the grapevine, maybe
the boy is back.
Rumor mill.
The guy is back. Only Ujuachuku said somebody broke her heart. The guy is back. So Jennifer Lopez will be there tomorrow.
Maybe FIFA begged the guy to
change their mind.
There were no spoiler play ceremony for us.
Break it at the end of the ceremony. Anyway, let's bring you to what we're doing on the program tonight. We want you to talk to us. We told you on the show yesterday that FIFA says this will be the most interactive World Cup ever. And I think it's just fitting for us to also try to be as interactive and be as active as we can with social media. And we expect you to talk to us tonight. Of course, give us your opinion to all these issues that we've raised on the program through the platforms that you are seeing on your screen. On Facebook, Channels iPhone Sports, of course on Twitter at Channels_Sports and at Tony Bitoye, that's my handle. We would like you to talk to us about all of these issues going forward. Gentlemen, let's continue our build up to the World Cup. Let's count down. Do we still count down or we just count minutes and count days? Well, you can see on your screen now. There's nothing to count.
It's not just close your eyes.
24 hours.
Just close your eyes.
Just 24 hours.
By this time tomorrow, we are ready to.
By this time tomorrow, opening ceremony is off. First game is on.
You know, Tony, I don't know how to say this, but as a child, the World Cup has always held an air of magic, of mystique for me. Yeah. The way I always feel anytime the my first ever World Cup was Mexico '86. I was probably too young to really understand. But I knew that all the adults around me were going
something big was happening.
Absolutely crazy. And I was wondering what it was, but my first true World Cup was Italia '90. Yeah. I would stay up to watch some of the matches, and even though I was still in my early
Cameroon made it
and worthwhile as well, but I could never forget the way I feel every time the World Cup comes by. And maybe that is why people have kept it 4 years in a interval, in order to give us something to look forward to. But speaking briefly about the World Cup, despite all the problems in Brazil, despite the protests and strikes and everything, let me tell you now that the sales of television sets in Brazil have gone up by 50%.
So buying TV sets.
So that tells you
HD TV sets.
LEDs.
Because surround sound. Yemi said it. I mean,
the strikes will stop.
I knew it. Yemi said it. That once the football begins, the strikes, the protests will reduce first, and if Brazil continues to do well, it will go.
Everything will be relegated to the background. We saw it.
So the sales of TV have gone up.
It has gone up by 50%.
50%. Yeah. Everybody wants a TV set.
Everybody's looking for it because, according to them, they said the prices of tickets is priced above the average Brazilian, so they'll stay at home and watch. But they say the sale of TVs have skyrocketed. They are doing promos and everything, but it just goes to show you the power of football. That when and we say it in this country all the time that when football is on the front burner, everything is relegated to. You never even hear robberies. You never. Maybe after the match has been concluded, then you hear
not while it's
about
going
the
on.
fist fights, about something happening, but never during the match. And it just goes to show you about the enduring power of football and how much this football can bring people of different races. It breaks borders, breaks boundaries. I mean, during the Second World War, there was an armistice call on Christmas Day so that both the Allies and the Germans, they played a football match right there on the battlefield. And after the next day, they went back to the trenches and started firing guns over each other. We've known of nations who went to war because of a football match, and it shows you the power of football. And that is why a lot of people are particularly up in arms against Sepp Blatter, that maybe he does not know, he's beginning to abuse his power, that his power should actually be for good, not for evil, in quotes.
I mean, the picture that you're seeing on your screen is that Brazil, are already receiving... work still going on.
Even while the protest was there, some old sisters were telling us, look, expect a party atmosphere, and you're going to get the best. Now that J-Lo is back for the opening ceremony,
guys, we're excited to see J-Lo.
Yeah, I mean,
there's a lot to
a
expect.
better reason to watch the
There's a lot.
ceremony.
There's a lot to expect on the football field and sight and sounds of Brazil. Everything gradually getting into shape. Well, not for the constructions and every other thing, but in terms of everything you want to hear, everything seemed to have cooled down, and we're likely going to have
the football to ignite.
party atmosphere in and around the football,
For the football
in the
to
stadium and around.
Before we go on with the football, let's just digress a little bit and talk about FIFA, because FIFA is in the midst of all of this. Okay. My producer wants us to talk about what you are seeing on your screen. I mean, guys, can you give an idea of what you are seeing on your screen?
you catch up comment.
Something close to it. That's a jail in Sao Paulo.
Really?
Ready for those who foment trouble.
Miscreants.
Miscreants from England, and they've been warning everybody coming into
they've
Brazil.
expanded it,
They've expanded it. No, that's what it is. Now look, you are coming to Brazil. You think you can cause trouble. You are coming with trouble into Brazil. You will spend the World Cup here.
We have enough problems on our hands that we're not going to allow you mess the World Cup for us. So you get in here. There's no way you're going to escape. And
This is where you are going to watch your World Cup. We'll put
Are
the
you sure it's a Brazilian jail
That's it.
or a Nigerian police barracks?
no.
Come on,
I'm just
come on,
no, I'm
come
not.
on.
I'm
I
not
mean,
sure.
this is what it looks like.
familiar.
this is what's going to happen.
Overpopulated.
Yes.
Overpopulated. That's what they said, Yemi.
It's a deterrent. When you see something like this, you had better,
Behave yourself.
be on your
Be on your best behavior.
When
be
criminals
in your hotel as I went
from
you.
all over the world and gathered in one place.
When you get to the stadium, be on your seat. When you leave the stadium, go to your hotel. Don't even try anything funny. When your team gets beaten, just go quietly.
And that's the
foment
best.
trouble.
That's the best you can get to the World Cup.
Because these guys are ready to pick anybody. They pick
They keep
you
you here.
and throw you. And if you read up about
What this place looks
it's gonna
like,
be-
it's a terrible place to be.
you don't want to go there. You just
Gangs-
don't want.
The
You don't want
gangs
to go
there
there.
are probably worse than the one on the streets.
On the
just
streets.
want-
It's terrible.
You are safer outside
Behaving yourself outside
than here.
than try to foment trouble. That's
I
what
mean,
it looks
if
like.
you get in here, you won't live the way you came. So it's enough deterrent.
Permanent damage done to your psyche.
It might be collateral.
Alright, so
Another
in
body
case you are
parts.
planning to go to Brazil, and what you are planning to do in Brazil is cause trouble, fight on the streets, disrupt the peace, that's where you probably end up watching your own World Cup. That is if you even get a World Cup to watch
picking
and
soap in the
maybe
shower.
not come back alive. You'll be lucky to come back alive from all of that. But I mean, let's digress from the World Cup a little bit and talk about the FIFA elections. We talked about it extensively yesterday. UEFA against Blatter on one side, Africa against those reports that bribery, was the mainstay for Qatar 2022.
Major officials were fingered.
Yeah, fingered and all of that. But what was the latest? I mean, you've been keeping track. It looks like Blatter is winning the war.
Well, that's what it is. Those issues, they've left it aside. They'll be talking about the World Cup now. Like I told you.
And they said there is no age limit now. You
Yeah.
can contest for FIFA presidency. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter how many times you've done it. You can go on. And I think that is some sort of victory
it can swing
for Blatter.
that. It can swing that. But for those guys, the baseline is when your tenure expires, don't try to come back. Because some of you have some old guys among his European counterparts and in every other place.
But there's little they can do. Today, if the majority, it's a game of numbers.
It's a game of numbers.
If Africa, Oceanias, South America,
And
What I
CONCACAF,
feel will happen is that you're going to have a lot of things in the media that we should not know about, and that will,
Yeah. Is
that
there anything
will-
in the media that we don't?
that we don't already
Is
know.
there anything
Yes.
that is going to be new to us
Well, there's
around
still-
FIFA? and
Before
politics
the
of
last
FIFA?
election,
There's
we
still
thought
more.
we knew. We thought we knew a lot, and everything blew up in our face. And now, I mean, you hear guys from UEFA saying like you can't say you want to change things when those things happen under your watch. So you probably had a problem.
And to add to what Yemi is saying, Sepp Blatter is a master politician. He has people beholden to him. He has people who are in his debt. He
knows
he
what
has
to
paid
give.
his dues. And, the man is well positioned, well entrenched. He has people who owe him favors. So it'll be difficult for
think he'll survive this
UEFA to unseat him. The best they can do now is this campaign of calumny that is going on in the media, trying to discredit him, and
that would damage. That would cause a lot of damage.
I'm thinking it might damage FIFA itself irreparably.
Yes.
So it's a question of how they reach a compromise, some kind of amnesties, to get Blatter to step down. That would probably be the most logical thing. But
the best option.
let me